Under the law of primogeniture system, the eldest son was the sole heir. Nothing, remarks Adam Smith, can be more contrary to the real interest of numerous family than a right which, in order to enrich one, beggars all the rest of the children. He urged free trade in land. Through the repeal of the laws establishing entails and primogeniture and other restriction on the free transfer of land by gift, devise or sale, the wealth of nation deals with colonies, and it remains the best summary of colonial policy ever written. The discussion is divided in three parts: the motives of establishing a new colony, and he reviewed the colonial enterprise of Greece, Rome, Venice, Portugal and Spain. He found the cause of prosperity of the new colonies, enumerating such factors as plentiful and cheap land, high wages, rapid growth of population, and the colonist knowledge of agriculture and other arts. The comparatively enlightened colonial policies of England are contrasted with the narrow and restrictive policies of Portugal and Spain. The great advantage Europe had derived from the discovery of America and from that of a passage to the East India through Cape of Good Hope, discoveries ranked by Professor Smith as the two greatest and most important events recorded in the history of mankind. Smith said restriction placed on colonies in order to achieve monopolies of their trade were condemned by Professor Smith as violation of colonies' natural right. The mercantile system applied to the colonies was absurd and costly to the mother country. Also, there would be continual financial drain on the colonizing power, for the colonies would never willingly tax themselves sufficiently to pay the expense of their own defense. Smith was able to view the rebellious American colonies with far more objectively than were most of his fellow countrymen in England. A proper solution to the contrary, he believed, was to represent the American colonist in the British Parliament. Adam Smith said, England should try for union rather than separation with representation based on tax revenues. Eventually, as he was not unlikely, the Americans exceeded the British taxes. British public were scared that the capital might be moved across the Atlantic to that part of the empire which contributed most to the general defense and support of the whole. Giving representatives of America to British Parliament would have constituted an effective answer to the rebellious American population on the British rule. There is something absurd in supposing a continent to be perpetually governed by England. England was afraid that the role would have been reversed. See, England is a small portion, whereas America is a vast, vast country. how such a small country with such a small population can continue to govern America, which is such a great nation.